If someone takes 8 hours to text you back, but is watching your Instagram stories as soon as you're posting them, what'd that mean?
I think it means they're playing games or maybe they have a job to where well, I don't know. If they're looking at Instagram posts, that means they have access to their phone. I think they're just playing games. They want to see what you're up to from far away, but not create that communication piece, that effort piece of texting.
And maybe that's overthinking it.
Hey, you are so excited, aren't you? He's so excited. Did you take a shot? Are we saying? Are we saying it?
We can always cut the first part. We can always say cut this, whatever.
We're never gonna get through this. So what am I supposed to say? Okay, I gotta stop laughing first.
And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about, is this a red flag or is this overthinking?
Yeah. So, welcome back to another episode of Mom and Son Unplugged. We are on episode number 22. So, thank you for being around this long with us and supporting us.
Our Taylor episode.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, you're a Swiftie.
And then
I don't know the reference.
we have our Jordan episode next.
Nice. I like it.
And then our Kobe episode after.
Cool. All right. So, DeMonte, what have you been up to for the past couple weeks?
I started my job finally. The one
Yay,
that we talked about last time.
congratulations.
Thank you. So just getting settled into that training. I've been dedicating more time to DJing. I think we talked about that an episode or two ago. So
Yeah, awesome.
well, come on.
Cool.
What about you?
I I have my birthday.
Yep. Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
thanks. So I had my birthday a couple weeks ago, and I really haven't been doing much, really just working. And yeah, yesterday just had to take a quick trip to Fayetteville. My boss, she had passed away like a month ago, so they were doing a celebration of life for her yesterday in Fayetteville. So my coworkers and I flew down there, spent the day down there, and came back late last night. So, yeah, that is it. Just looking forward to the week ahead. And that is all that is going on. So, without further ado, let's get into this episode of Red Flag, Green Flag, and Dating.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about red flags and green flags, and then listening to some stories from one of our hosts, and then
Yeah,
getting
have
some
so
perspective
many.
and breaking that down and discussing it.
All right. So, what do you think a red flag is? Let's put a definition out there.
Like a trait, like a like this is a red flag, like that.
I would say from a man's perspective, from someone in their 20s, what is a red flag that you or your friends have discussed or maybe that you've talked about in conversation?
I don't know if this is just general, but bad hygiene is a big red flag.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's too basic. Like, obviously, we're not going to. I mean, some people do bypass it. So yeah, I guess we have to talk about it. I feel like some
Yeah.
people do have stinky partners, and they're fine with it. So
I mean, if it's a continuous theme, if someone sees that upon the first time they meet, you may still give them a chance, but if you give them a chance and they're still
that is true. So
or
yeah,
a
I guess
little
that's valid.
musty, I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
But
I
I
guess
guess it
hygiene's a
depends on
big
where you
one.
meet them, right? If you're in the gym and you're sweaty and you smell,
I think hygiene. I think for me, it ties in with how someone presents themselves. If someone's always not fit for the occasion,
okay.
that I think for me that's a yellow. Maybe they just don't know better.
Okay.
I
I can
guess,
agree
like
with that.
I guess, like, what is it? Someone catching a stray, but, like,
What?
someone like shots fired, but they're not even in the discussion to defend themselves. I've always felt one of my good friend Johnny's, he's never wearing the right fit for the occasion. I'm like, "Johnny,"
But that's his style.
but that's
That's
his
him.
style. So it's
That's
like,
him.
but I think I have a different style, and I would want my partner to be fit for the occasion, equal to me.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's a good one. Maybe that's a better way to say it. Like,
Okay.
being underdressed or overdressed and not knowing where to fall into somewhere. That is
Mm.
probably better.
Okay.
That
Gotcha.
that
But
would
I
be
mean,
like a yellow.
hygiene does play a part too, though.
Oh,
Cause like,
yeah, this is a different one.
oh, that's a different. Okay. All right.
Yeah, not being able to read the room.
I like
Mm.
that. Yes, I like that one. Not being able to read a room. Yep. Mm, yeah,
What
it's
about
kind
wait,
of
is
like
that
being self-aware.
yeah.
Oh, what was your question?
What about you?
Oh, like a red flag definition for me?
Yeah. I thought it
Ooh.
was a thing, not a definition.
Oh, what?
You said, "What's a red flag?"
Oh, okay. So a
A
red
red
flag
flag
for
is
me.
something that y like, that's a no-go, like, that just won't fly. That's the
Oh,
definition, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll answer it the way I based it. This is gonna be a rough episode. I
This is gonna be
really
a rough episode.
we are not jiving today somehow. Oh, so I would say a red flag for me in my 40s now, which this may sound crazy to some people, but a red flag to me is if a man has not been in some type of long relationship, like if he's not been married, not been engaged, hasn't had a child. So if they are 45 and has not gone through these things, I would definitely be asking some questions. To me, that's very maroonish. I won't say a bright red flag, but we're getting pretty close to it
Hmm.
because it
But
makes
you're pre
me,
you're it sounds like a yellow because if you're willing to question, then it's passable.
I would have to really ask some deep questions as
So a
far
yellow.
as, are you capable of loving someone? Have you not been able to love anyone to at least get engaged to them, have been married? And I think having a child, it brings out a certain love in your heart. So to me, it makes me wonder if they know what love is.
Okay,
So that's why it's kind of red flaggish.
I think I'm gonna drop a a quote of the episode or like a quote advice. I
Oh,
saw this
wait.
thing and you're hanging on to this being a red flag, and I'm trying to convince you that it's yellow because of this.
Okay.
You're willing to give someone the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
why it's not red. But
Okay.
sometimes we need to give people the doubt of the benefit.
Okay.
Like
I like it.
if if someone
I'll
hasn't
support.
if someone hasn't been in the long relationship or had a kid, your question is like, are they capable of loving someone? You're giving them the benefit of the doubt by opening that. But you know better. Like you need to
Mm.
give the doubt of the benefit, not the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, I like it. We can introduce a color here. We can introduce the yellow. But I will say what is a red flag is if they're 45 now wanting to have a child and looking for someone to have a child with.
That's not ridiculous.
You don't think it's I think it's ridiculous because I'm like, who are you trying to date?
They just they just realized they wanted a kid later, no?
I don't know.
Kids are
Maybe
expensive.
I need to rethink my red flags.
Kids are expensive. And now you have
I
adult
get
money.
it.
You have like real adult money.
Yeah, but I
Think about
think
how much
when
easier it would be to have a kid with your financial situation now than when you're my age.
No, but I made it work. When
Okay,
your
but
dad and I were in our early 20s, things were expensive back then.
not this expensive though.
No, but in that time,
Okay, but this time. These are the current 45-year-olds.
but we made it work. We made it work. We
Sometimes
both
people
had
don't
2 jobs, made it work.
sometimes people don't probably 25-year-old then, they were like, "Yeah, I don't wanna have to work 2 jobs. It's just not worth it now." But now that they have money, it makes more sense.
But having an infant at 45 years old, I just think of
I think it's a little selfish maybe.
yeah, I think so.
We were talking about this at work yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah, because like, how old is the mom gonna be?
She
And
could be
who's
40.
getting up at night? Who's losing their sleep every single night?
She could be 40. I remember having classmates and I don't know why I remember this one kid, but when we were graduating elementary school, his parents were 50. So the mom would be 40.
But it's like, are the parents even gonna make it to their high school graduation? That's
Oh,
what I get
that's
worried about.
extreme. They're
But those
making
are
it
the
to
things that you have to
58.
think about. Those are the things you have to think about. And that's why I think that's a bit red flaggish if they're wanting to have a child when you're having midlife crises. I don't know.
Do you have,
But I
I
will
guess there
say a
isn't
red flag. I thought of one from something that happened years ago, but when someone consistently brags about what they have, material things, that's a red flag to me because it really makes me wonder what's important to them in life.
mm.
So that's a red flag for sure. I don't like that. It's a huge turnoff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if I have any red flag, like, stories to share. I think a lot of mine have been communication stuff,
Okay.
but I think that's, like it seems like a every generation thing, not just, like, a my generation or your generation thing.
Right. Yeah. Right. So what's a green flag for you? What is something you would run back and tell your friends like, "Man, I took her out on a date and she did this and this and this."
Wow. What
Like
would
she brushed her teeth or whatever.
what would someone have to do for me to brag to my friends? We might run out of time on the recording. Um, I think if someone's funny, I think that would be like that's a pretty easy one, yeah. I think if someone were, like, making me crack up laugh, I think I would go and write home about it.
I love that. Yeah, that's a huge red green flag for me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you?
I think a big green flag for me is them doing gestures
I could have guessed this one.
that are not I would say like not a lot, but it's just little small gestures that really mean a big thing. Not too long ago, someone had picked me up for breakfast. And when I walked out, they got out of the car, opened up the door, brought me flowers. It was just the little things. And that was like one of the first things I said to my friends. I said, he got out of the car and opened up my door. Like that was something huge. Even though it
Okay,
was so small, but I really liked that.
I have a question. I think we're gonna deviate a little bit. What if he reached over and opened the door from inside the car? That
No,
doesn't count?
F no.
That
No,
doesn't count?
no, no.
Why?
I think
The
that
door
would
is still
probably
getting open.
I
Would that
think
give
that
you
would
the
give
ick?
me a ick.
Gosh.
'Cause you know why? So this is what I think about, and maybe I think too deep into this, but I think if you're taking a woman on a date, getting out of the vehicle and greeting her, number 1, you're able to see what she's wearing. That's an opportunity to compliment her, give her a hug, maybe smell if she has good hygiene. "Oh, let me smell that perfume. Let me give her a hug. I'll open up the door." Man, and if he really wants to be top tier, he can take that seatbelt and and put it around you and lock it in. Like, I would be so shocked if someone did that. Like, "Hey, let me get the seatbelt for you too." Like, if I ever got that, I would be really blown away.
All right, we're about to have 5 episodes on gentlemanism, and you're gonna lead it. We're gonna have
Yes.
gentlemanism 101, and you're gonna be the professor.
I would love to do that. I will do a school of etiquette for men. How to date.
That'll blow up. We're gonna go we're gonna go
Yes.
viral just off that.
No, but that like, just little things like that, and definitely humor. If you can make me laugh, like, love it. Yeah, love it. And definitely good conversation. Ask questions. Ask like you're actually interested or act like you're actually interested. Huge green flags.
Yeah, I think I'm learning that that's not like that's like a lost art, like
Right. I agree.
conversationalism or being a conversationalist.
Right. And one thing I started doing is I will use AI and I will ask AI what are good conversational topics to generate conversations with people you don't know? Like, first time I'm meeting someone, what are some good topics or questions to ask people? So I do that. Like, it's not hard. It's not hard to create conversation. Yep. All right. So let's go back a little bit in time. So between my generation and how dating is today, let's get into a little bit about how people handled red or green flags back in the day.
Okay.
But honestly, I think back when I was younger, I never really heard the term red or green flag.
They were just a bad partner or not a bad partner, I guess, no?
Yeah, like things either just ended. I wasn't going through a series of trying to figure out the behavior and if I was willing to accept it or not. Like, oh, is this a green flag? Is this a red flag? It wasn't all of this whole calculated determining factor if I was gonna stop talking to them or whatnot. But yeah, it just wasn't a thing. I feel like just recently it's become something that people talk about with
And
dating.
and you think it's calculated now?
Uh, I won't say let's not say so much calculated, but you are
Identified or
I
identifying,
will
like,
say
we're categorizing.
identifying. Yes,
Yeah.
that's a better word for it, identifying their behavior.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And then the warning signs. I'm trying to think back. God, I don't even. Well, I think because like before me and your dad got married, I didn't really date a lot. So that's why it's like, I was like the warning signs back then.
That was,
I
like, your
know that
first
there
long
probably
relationship?
were, but I was so young that I was like, "Oh, I just really like this person. They can act however they want." I just went with the flow.
Hmm.
Yep.
And then, like, my generation?
Yeah.
Mm, I don't know, I don't know, it's funny, we've been talking about this all weekend. Seth and I were talking about it yesterday.
Oh,
Kyrie and I were talking about it Friday. Sorta similar, but, like, people being more strict about what they will and won't accept,
I agree.
I think that is more popular now. I don't know if this is, like, getting off topic, um,
No, actually, because I have a great point of what you just said.
and I saw something and it was about how women didn't have rights to have a savings account until the late '70s. So that forced probably a lot of our grandparents' hands because they couldn't just leave and get their own place. That just wasn't a thing.
That's a valid point.
So it's that mixed with social media, I think it is driving more people to be, am I even gonna am I even gonna try and challenge a yellow flag?
I agree.
And we're like, no, that doesn't even make sense. I could just go do whatever and not have to worry about someone else. So I think we're gonna start getting doomed soon.
I
Um,
I agree because I just did this 2 weeks ago.
you did
Like,
what?
what you just said of, are we even going to ask questions when we see yellow lights
We could just be out of there.
or
And it
yellow flags?
like we could I mean, obviously that's not what a relationship would be like, but you could just be out of there. This just is not worth my time. And
Right.
that's
Yeah.
valid now.
Yeah. Because women have the space to do whatever. Women are more capable now to just up and be on their own.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are more, and Seth brought up a good point. I, if he wasn't at the gym, I'm sure he would have hopped on. Um, but he was saying, what did he say? Oh, before when the rights weren't equal, he
Right.
was it it worked in different senses. He wasn't saying that, yeah, women shouldn't have rights, but it's the guy worked and then the wife took care of the stuff and it was like a trade. But now people are, oh, well, it's just going to be equal. So then when you're co-living with someone or you have a partner, well, she shouldn't have to do the dishes, so I'm going to do them. So now everyone's overly dependent on every role, which I think is a good thing. But like I said, if there's any friction, you could just eliminate the friction.
I think that's a great point because it comes back to communication being a green flag. Because, now we're talking about being in a relationship and women having the option to just leave, that when we do feel friction, people, I'll say some people, are in the mindset of, "Oh, I can just up and leave. I don't even want to have a conversation,"
Yeah, that is, yeah. I would say
which is
that, like, red
scary to
flag, yeah.
me.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think that's how modern times versus your time, people just separating is just, and even before things get serious, like,
Yes.
ghosting wasn't really a thing in your time.
It wasn't. It
Um,
wasn't at all.
uh, you could show a yellow flag and get ghosted. You
Yes.
could show green flag and get ghosted.
Yes, because that's happened to me so many times, and it becomes very confusing. It really does. So, I actually had an example, and I think me and this person played both parts, but I feel it was more him that showed more red flags, and but now, like what you had said, women are more at the point of if they see a yellow flag, they're out. And that's what I did because I have very strict boundaries now to where if I see something that doesn't align with the type of behavior that I'm looking for to even get to know someone, that I'm done, I'm out.
Mhm.
So for an example, a couple weeks ago, I had went into this meal nutrition place to pick up some like already ready-made meals. And there was a guy in there and I was like, "Oh, he's nice looking or whatever." And then him and I ended up having conversation, and then it just so happened that him and I actually worked at the same place. So when we left the store, him and I were talking outside. He was asking questions to get to know me, and I had told him, "Actually, it's my birthday in a couple days." So he said, "Oh, well, I would like to take you out for your birthday." And I told him that I had plans that Friday, but Saturday I was available. We had to exchange numbers, and we talked on the phone that evening. The next day we had talked. So during this point in time, not once has he brought up any kind of plans to take me out.
What day is this?
This was on a Wednesday.
Okay, so you got you guys talked you met and talked Wednesday,
Yep.
and you didn't talk about plans that day that you met.
No, he said when I told him that we could go out Saturday, he said, "Okay, cool." He was like, "Saturday works." So we were talking on the phone Thursday evening. And as we were nearing the end of the conversation, because I was asking him questions about himself, he was telling me that he's working on a business that he's launching, and he says, "Oh, actually, I'm on my laptop now doing some things for the business." So I was like, "So I don't have your undivided attention." And he said, "Well," he was like, "that sounds kind of bad when you say it like that." I was like, "I didn't say it like anything. I'm just stating the facts. I'm giving someone my undivided attention, giving someone my time. And now I'm wondering if they're even paying attention to anything that I've said because they're working on their business while they're trying to have a conversation with me on the phone." And so this was Thursday. And then Friday, no mention of taking me out. So Friday was my birthday. He sent me a text sometime in the morning saying happy birthday. And then later on in the evening, I think it was probably like around 4, he asked me how my day was going, and I said it was fine. I told him I had just got done eating with my friend, and he says, "Well, if my neighbor doesn't go to St. Pete," which I'm assuming he was going to St. Pete with his neighbor, he said, "Maybe we can get together for a drink later." I waited a while before I responded because I was trying to I was trying to determine whether I was gonna go full throttle on him or just kind of be chill about my response. So I said so I responded back that he should go ahead on with his plans and that I was gonna relax the rest of the evening. So fast forward to that Monday afternoon, he sends me a text asking how my weekend was, and I never responded. I ghosted him.
Hmm.
Do you think that was appropriate?
Yeah, I mean, I I mean, I'm trying to think, like, what would I do? I think it would depend on how interested I was in them. Like, that would play into it.
I mean, to me, I had already seen a couple red flags,
Okay.
and I wasn't interested enough to even waste my
Entertain
time
it?
anymore.
Yeah.
Like, mm-mm, no.
I think I would've yeah, it depends. It depends on how the Wednesday, Thursday interactions went, on how like, if they were weak, I probably wouldn't have like, it probably would've been similar, but if I thought it was good, I probably would've acted different. Some people are just better at multitasking.
Mm. I don't know. To me, when you're getting to know someone, you're legit doing something. Well, I am taking time out of my day to give to you, and you can't do the same to me.
But if you're sitting on the couch and you just paused your show to full undivided attention talk on the phone,
Mhm.
and someone else is doing something, but they're
But
still
the
able to talk, you wouldn't have known if you never asked. If you would have never brought it up, you would have never known.
but he did.
Oh,
But he
but you
did.
were saying he was having good conversation, so it's like the conversation when you guys were at the meal nutrition place, I'm
Mhm.
sure was equal, like, engagement to the conversation on your end. And you would like I said, you would have never known if you would have never asked.
I He told me.
Yeah.
He told me. So, to me, it just shows their interest level. Or am I thinking bad about that?
No? I mean, everyone runs their program different.
No, which is valid, very valid. And
Like,
it's like,
I would have joked. I probably would have been like, "My weekend was good, but, like, I had a blast for our plans on Saturday." Like,
it was good, but you weren't a part of it.
I would have been like, I was sitting around all Saturday waiting for the plan,
Oh,
like,
hell no, I would
joking.
never say that, thinking that he had that much of a factor in my life.
Oh, I would have said it in, like, a joking way, like, "Oh, yeah, I just sat staring at the wall,
Oh,
waiting to get ready all day," like
oh, yeah. So to me, if someone is trying to make a decision or trying to factor whether they're gonna hang out with someone else or hang out with me, they better pick the other person. Like, I am not gonna be no plan B.
yeah, that's valid.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was an example of what you said earlier.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
I have 0 tolerance for that kind of stuff.
I feel like that's good, though.
Yeah. Like, if you are that interested in me, then you have to show me the effort. I need to see the effort. Like getting out of the car and opening the door, that's effort. And it's so minimal. Like it doesn't take much to do that. So to me, if you can do something easy, then I'm already impressed. Like that's something easy to do. And if someone doesn't do it, then I'm like, WTF.
Is there, like a scale or, like, a ratio for, like, how many small green flags equal 1 red flag?
No, I haven't devised up a chart yet,
Because it
but
sounds like work, like
but it's not work though. It's not.
no, but it's just the way you said it sound like something that said at work.
Mm,
Our our manager's manager came over, and stuff was hitting the fan Friday for some parts, and our team is so good. He was like, "It's just the small little things that we repeat all the time that kill us." But it's the same thing. It's just little things. Just just walking out of the car and the right side of the sidewalk and
yeah, that's
good
a
morning text.
huge green
But
flag.
that's the small things. But if he didn't brush his teeth, can he s is he still allowed to get the flowers and come over the car door? No. It's
No, but
everything.
here's the thing. I bet if I said, "Hey, why don't you come up to my apartment after the date and let's see where the night goes? I bet you he would be up to my apartment quicker than me. Like, don't like, no joke. That's the way it is.
Man, it doesn't get better when you're 40.
I said, "Oh my god, it's so bad."
Yeah, we're doomed.
Man.
But yeah, so that's
Alright.
how I think times have changed from your time to my time. I think
Yeah.
people's tolerance. I don't. I'd be so curious if social media wasn't a factor.
Oh, I think social media is a huge factor in it
Like,
because
I wish
I
we
don't
could play
know.
a simulation, and I wish I could see social media, non-social media, and then
Yeah.
social media, non-dating apps, and then with dating apps.
Right.
Because it makes me wonder how much dating apps play into it. But I feel like I hear more and more that people are not doing the dating apps.
Agree.
So then it makes me wonder. I don't. That's not. I think it's silly, but I know that you dabble in it.
Yeah, here and there, but honestly, like, the past couple people that I've hung out with or tried to get to know, I've met in person. And it didn't it didn't come out to anything different than from dating online.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was no different results.
Yeah,
I
and
think
like
dating online is just I think it's more easier to dismiss someone.
I forgot we had this talk. I was like,
It's
no, it's
harder
not.
to
I was like, once you get
generate
someone's Instagram,
conversation.
it's over for. But then you have a point of contact. But I guess the phone number thing for you. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if they're not asking for my phone number after, like, a couple back and forths, no, not interested.
I'm trying to think of what stayed the same between like my time and your time. Um,
Yeah, I don't even know, to be honest.
I think something that's changing but was the same for a while is like I feel women are starting to approach men, which is a little interesting. But I feel like that was
I
never a thing
agree.
before.
I agree with that. Mm. Yeah, women will definitely, I think, slide into a DM. Or do you think they'll slide into a DM quicker than they would approach a man in person?
Heck yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
think
think
women are still
approaching
scared.
someone. Huh?
I think women are still scared.
Yeah. I wouldn't just go up to someone in person and say, "Hey."
I don't know. I get both sides.
Oh,
I get
you experience it both?
wait, what?
Like, you experience girls go into your DMs and approaching you in
No,
person?
I'm saying
Oh.
I understand why like both sides don't do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think in person, I think it is the fear of being dismissed,
I think
fear
we
of
talked about this in an
rejection.
episode, but
We did.
yeah, I think men are just unpredictable.
Thank you for
From a
saying
woman's
that.
side, from a woman approaching a man, like men are just unpredictable.
Yeah.
And then
Well, and I think
men
a lot of times too, which makes me nervous, is there are a lot of men that don't wear wedding rings,
mm,
and that gets tricky.
hmm. And then I think, yeah, I don't know why men don't approach women. I think there's aware men who don't want to make a woman feel uncomfortable.
I
I
can see
think
that.
that is part of it. And then the fear thing, I think that's the biggest part.
Hmm.
Probably the most general one, like fear of rejection thing.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge thing. Well, that's a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that is like the one thing that's starting to change. Um, oh, I think another thing that's changed is people are dating for way longer. Like
Really? Like
people would
years and
people
years
would date for
before
years and years. Yeah.
okay.
obviously I'm in a skewed area where people would just do it extremely quick. But I feel like generally in your time, and maybe I'm wrong, I feel like people would date for less than 4 years. Anything past 4 years was like, all right, what's going on? But I feel now people are dating for 7+ years.
Wild. Or there's just some people that don't ever wanna get married.
And I've had talks with my friends about that. And
Yeah.
one of I think Tyson's uncle, him and his girlfriend, they're like, why would we get married? And
Mhm.
me and Seth have this talk. We're like, what is the point of getting married?
Right. I have a coworker that's like that. Her and her boyfriend, they just bought a house together, and they have no plans to ever get married. Neither one of them ever wanna get married because they said, "What is the advantage of it?"
Yeah.
But me, if I hit the 3rd date, we're getting married.
Yeah. That's like a double rainbow.
Yeah, it is.
But
But
I think that's like,
I
I guess we could
can
say that's changed. Like,
yeah.
people weren't doing that in your time. People weren't just dating until they die. People were
No,
getting married. Like,
they were too. After a couple years, after 2 years, you can see where the woman and normally it was the woman that was the one hinting around of, "Oh, I
yeah.
wanna get married," because that was the checklist of things to do,
So yeah, that's changed.
for sure.
And then paying for dates, I think that wasn't a thing in your time. That topic wasn't a thing.
No, because it was always the
Always the
man.
man.
It was always the man that would pay.
I guess that's a good question for the audience. Or we've asked this before. I think we've asked the audience: Is who paying? Does that matter? Is that a red or a green flag?
We did. What do you think it is?
What? What's the question?
If a man always pays, do you think that's a red or green flag?
I think it's so circumstantial.
Okay.
Is is the man is she offering to pay?
Maybe around the 3rd date.
Oh, then yeah, I feel like it's fine if he pays. But yeah,
I don't know. If I'm offering to pay on the 1st date, that means I don't like you.
I think the man should be paying, but I think the woman should get dessert sometimes.
Yeah.
But still sometimes though, I think of I think ideally, if I bred it out and I had a bunch of money, I would never want them to pay, and I
That's
wouldn't want them
good.
to
Yeah.
offer. But I think in my situation right now, like,
Mm.
ideal would be, like, me dinner, them dessert,
Oh, yeah, I think that's cute.
always,
Yeah.
and I would be fine with that.
Yeah, that's cute. I like that.
I think right now, yeah, but if it were down the road and I have money, no, I feel like I would pay for everything, that just makes sense.
Okay, I like that.
But yeah, 50-50 is crazy.
I think so.
I think that is pretty crazy.
I think well, just because I look at the man as a leader, head of the household, him being the man of the home. Yeah, and if you're constantly wanting to split a bill, then I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a red flag when they have money, that's crazy.
Mhm.
I think it's different when you're broke like I am. Alright,
You're not broke, you're just very mindful of where you put your money. You're
I'm about
frugal.
I'm about to be on the corner asking for change.
You are not either.
I was about to say my lights might start flickering in a second.
Oh, stop.
This
You
podcast
are
is about to
not.
go down. Alright, on to the next on to the next
Okay.
topic. We're gonna do a speed round of more creative ideas that we couldn't think of on our own as to what's a green or a red flag. And I
Okay,
think
yeah.
I could probably answer a lot of these for you.
Oh, well, first, let's go over some first date red flags that we received from some of our audience members.
Okay.
All right. So, one red flag that someone wrote in was that they talk about drama the whole time. Definitely a red flag because that means that they do not have much depth or knowledge in their mind to talk about anything else. They didn't chat GPT any questions. And they're not interested in getting to know the person. If they're just
Alright.
talking about drama, no.
Yeah, 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 that's a red flag.
You have to stimulate my mind.
Yeah.
All right. The second one is when they talk about themselves the whole time and doesn't ask any questions. I agree. Huge red flag. Yep. All right. Ooh, this is another red flag
Do we
that
have any green
someone.
flags in here, or are these all red flags?
Nope, these are all red flags.
Alright. Sounds about
Yep.
right.
It's the way of the world right now. Okay. So someone married but dating, trying to figure themselves out, and they have no real intentions.
Wait, repeat that?
Someone wrote in that a red flag is someone that is married but dating because they're trying to figure themselves out. So they're just dating just to see, do I want to stay married or is there something better out there for me?
Hmm,
And that would be sad if you figured that out on the first date.
that is crazy.
Yeah. All right. And the last one that we had written in was someone looking to just have someone help raise their kids. Like if you're going out on a date with someone for the first time and you don't know that they have 5 kids and they're just looking for a support system, it's not good. You didn't ask enough questions before the
Yeah,
date.
how did you end up on that date? Now I'm questioning you, answer
Right?
submitter.
That means you guys do not do enough screening
You guys
before
just
going on a
exchange
date.
numbers and set up a location.
Yes. Man, there's some catfishers out there or something.
Thank you for the participation.
Yes. Thank you, audience, for writing in your red flags.
Sorry you experienced them.
I am not sorry because you should have done better.
Yeah, that last one was crazy. Alright,
Okay.
next we are going to speed round and speed run through
Oh,
some things that might be a green or red flag, and if
all right.
we're gonna see if the hosts agree.
Oh,
I feel a debate coming for,
I do too.
yeah. Alright, they still text their ex, red flag.
I
Oh my
say
gosh.
I say orange because it all depends.
Okay,
See, you wanted me
every
to be
day
a little bit more open-minded. It's not okay, so
did
every
you read
day is
that?
a little red flaggish, but if they have kids, then maybe
Go
not every
go
day.
get your partner back, like,
Yeah, if you wanna be that much involved in your
every day is crazy.
every day is. I don't even like talking to myself every day. Like, yeah,
Alright, are
okay.
you red flag or are you yellow?
I'm a yellow on that one.
Okay.
Mhm. I would need to be there for these. I need to be on that text. It needs to be a group text.
Alright, they call instead of texting.
Oh, green flag. Love it.
I I don't care.
Okay.
I know we've talked about me not being a huge caller
Yeah.
and not, like, being on the phone, but if that's what someone if I'm interested in someone and that's what they want, then that's fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna categorize them for that one. They want
Oh,
ugh, wow, I know
the
yours.
next
They want exclusivity after 2 dates.
red flag.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
Even
gonna
though
get
I said I would get married after 3 dates, but I think if they want exclusivity after 2 dates, like, we don't even know each other for you to even wanna be exclusive with me.
I'm trying to think, like,
I don't know. We need to hang out more. We need to be in more situations to where we really get to know each other and each other's personalities in order to wanna be exclusive, I think.
Hmm. I don't think I'm mad at that.
Okay. Alright.
Like, I'm assuming 2 days, like a 2-week span. 1 week, 1 weekend, and then the next weekend,
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
2 dates. But I think I think the difference between you and I don't think you, like, talk to people as frequently
Mm.
that you're engaging with. But I feel like typically if I went on a date with someone,
Mhm.
I'm talking to them every single day. Like, I'm having 14 days of talking, right? With you, a 2-date span is probably a couple days of talking.
No, I would have to at least talk to them every other day or have some form of communication in order for my interest to stay there to go out with them again. But it wouldn't be in-depth conversations, it wouldn't be a lot, but I would really need to feel someone out a lot to see if they're worthy of being exclusive with. I need to see how they go through some trials and tribulations. We need to have a couple disagreements to see how they handle the communication.
I think this might be okay. Mm, yeah, I think I'm more greenish
You're more
on that one.
greenish.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't think that's crazy.
I like it.
Alright, they don't post you on social media.
I think green flag.
I think it I think it's a green flag for me. I can see why people would say it's a red flag. Um,
Yeah, I'm a green flag on that.
I don't know if we've had my social media spiel about myself yet, so
I think we have.
oh, yeah. So,
You like to remain a mystery.
not even that. It's just my social media,
I agree, yeah, it's yours.
but
Mm.
I feel like yeah. Um, they always pay for dates.
I'm a green flag on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
talked about it. That's a green flag.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Alright. So, story time?
yeah.
Alright. Have you
That's
ever oh, that's your question.
I was about to say, um, has there ever been a time where you saw the red flag, you acknowledged it, and proceeded to get red flagged?
All the time. Love a good carnival. All the flags. I
Six
would say
Flags.
I would say I have, just because I wanted to see what happened next. But I have ignored many red flags, and I would say up until a couple years ago, I think the past 2 years is really where I have been really serious about my boundaries, and as soon as I see a red flag or something that just doesn't, um, sit well with me, then no. But, yeah, I've had definitely red flags.
Were there warning signs?
Oh, for sure there was warning signs. Yeah,
You just ignored the yield?
I
You went
did.
straight through the red.
I ran through the stop sign. Yep, ran through the red flag and kept going just to see what would happen next. Yep. No, yeah, I went on 2 dates with a guy once. On the very first date, I think within 30 minutes, he said that he had seen 3 red flags with me already.
There's that
He
good
told me
communication.
yeah, within 30 minutes, and I asked him what were the red flags, and he said if I was lucky enough to get to date 3, then he would tell me what they were. So I was really encouraged to keep going because I wanted to know what they were,
Jesus.
and, he even just his attire, I know we talked about this earlier, but his attire, I really wasn't even sure if I was the appropriate gender to be on a date with
Mm.
him. Like, that's how he dressed. He had this flashy yellow pinky ring. Actually, me and my friends nicknamed him Pinky Ring because I don't even remember his real name. It was and he ordered a Cosmopolitan. I still consider that a red flag. But the conversation just wasn't there. He didn't watch any sports. Like, he
That
said
is
he
a
was not.
crazy red flag.
Right? Like, he wasn't into sports at
No, I'm
all.
saying that that's a red flag for you? That's crazy.
Well, so and the reason I say this is because during dinner, all of our conversations, I couldn't figure out really what he liked to do because I started asking questions based off of what I had seen on his dating profile. There was a picture of him on a boat. So I asked him, "Oh, what type of water activities do you like to do?" "I don't like to be on the water." Like, "Really? Because you were just on a boat." I was just really trying to generate conversation to see what commonalities or what we had in common, and I couldn't pinpoint anything.
Hmm.
So that's why they were starting to become red flags to me. Because 'Cause I'm like, "You tell me you don't like water activities. There's a picture of you on a boat in the water." Granted, he was wearing pants, which was I don't know, everything was just weird. But yeah.
Just
And
because
then I
you
went out
mentioned
on a second date.
go ahead.
Yeah, I went out on a second date.
With pinky ring.
What's that?
With pinky ring.
Yeah, with Pinky Ring. I went on a second date and I wore my hair up for the second date. And when I showed up to the date, he said that if I had worn my hair up on the first date, I wouldn't have gotten a second one. I was like, this is wild. I was like, I've never had anyone say this to me. Um, and then that was that. Like that was and he forgot his wallet on the second date. He forgot his wallet. I paid. He did pay me back though before we even left the restaurant. He paid me back. But yeah, just it was a lot.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
because you mentioned it, if a guy is drinking fruity drinks, is that a red flag for you?
I think so. I want a man that drinks
Beer?
whiskey or bourbon
Um,
or tequila. Like, oh, and so here's the thing that really, because I had ordered a margarita and he had asked to taste it. And when he tasted it, he made this face like he couldn't handle it. And he said, "Oh, what is that?" And I said, "A margarita is made with tequila. Like, why don't you know that? Like, that's weird to me." He didn't like it, so
that's
no.
what he meant by it? Like, what alcohol's in here?
Yeah, he asked what liquor was in there.
Hmm.
I didn't like it. But when he's drinking Cosmos with his pinky ring up, I can't. Like, red flag all around. Yep. So many red flags. I've seen them all. I have so many stories, but this would be a 2-hour episode.
We'd have a
Yeah.
movie.
Be a Netflix show after me. Okay. Oh, were there any green flags?
Yeah. No, it sounds like not.
No, no. There were no green flags.
I feel like this entire episode we've been talking about like red flags.
I know.
Other than like the gentleman and
I
being
mean, I have gone on dates where there were green flags all around. I went on one earlier this year and he said he had a great time and then I never heard from him again. So I don't know. Yeah, I had a good time. It was a super chill date. Got a got like a protein smoothie or whatever, walked around and had good conversation, laughed. It was fun. Yeah, never heard from him. So whatever. So there are plenty of green flags, but they just nothing ever transpired.
Do you think someone could be like every green flag ever for you and they be broke? Could that work?
No,
Really?
yeah, because my goal in life right now is when I meet someone and we get married, I don't want to work. And if
Oh,
he's broke, I'm gonna have to work. I just want to be a stay-at-home wife at this point in time. I want to go to Pilates in the morning. I will volunteer at Feeding Tampa Bay. I'll work out, go to the gym, have dinner ready. That's my goal. But if they're broke, then I can't live my best life.
you could literally do that right now.
No, no, I can't.
You literally do it on your own right now.
No, but I still want to go on vacations.
What happened to the, oh, well, we had to struggle when we had 2 jobs and
I was making less money back then.
all right.
Hmm.
A viewer submitted that they have been dating someone for 3 months.
Ooh,
They're
3 months.
amazing in person, but disappear for days between texts. Is this a red flag?
Well, I mean, I guess they're consistent
That's
with
true.
disappearing. I would ask questions.
I
I would
wouldn't
ask
let that
questions.
happen. Like,
What's that?
I wouldn't let that happen.
Right.
Like, yeah, if you've been
Like
with
if
someone for
it
3
happened the first time, I would say, "Hey, is everything okay?" Well, first, I think you just kind of have to figure out what their baseline is for their life. Like, what is their work like? Do they work random shifts? What is their sleep schedule like? What is their gym schedule? Like, what is their schedule? So that way you can determine if they are going to disappear for days or not returning texts for a certain amount of time. I think that should be established. And I think that's part of the communication of getting to know someone is what do you require?
and I was about to say that as well, like, I can't make that decision for you, like, if you're fine with
Right.
it, then what's the saying? I can't think of it right now, where it's like, "If it makes someone happy, then it makes me happy," or something like that.
Oh, yeah. If you like it, I love it.
Yeah, if you like it, I love it. I wouldn't like it or love it, but
No,
if it's fine with you, then it's fine with me. Um, but
I
yeah, I
mean,
mean, if you trust
I,
the person, then I guess it doesn't matter because I think
right,
everyone assumed disappearing with not being honest. Um,
right. That he probably has a whole nother family. You should probably check that out.
but it's just interesting because, like, I never thought people behaved that way, disappearing until I was a manager. And people would literally disappear for a couple days and would just no call, no show for days.
From work?
Yeah, we
Oh
wouldn't
my
hear
goodness.
anything, and then we would just get a text and, like, they would show back up, and I'm like, "What is going on?" And they would be like, "Oh, some crazy stuff has been happening with my family, XYZ."
Oh wow.
But it's just some people brain is more oriented instead of being able to sustain their livelihood, they would ghost it to take care of it instead of take a couple minutes out of the day to keep
That's
their job
weird.
informed. So, yeah, I didn't think that behavior was real, but no, it is real. And if someone would do that for a job that pays
Yeah.
them, I'm sure they would do it for like, to someone, so
To a relationship. Yeah, that's odd to me. But I don't know. I feel this day and age, people have their phones on them all the time.
yeah.
And it takes a few seconds just to say, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm going to be busy." all day today to where I'm not going to be able to like carry on a conversation or do or converse how we normally do. Like it's not hard to do that. I think it's a respect thing as well.
Yeah, disappearing for days, that was crazy.
Yeah, I think it's super
Um,
disrespectful.
yeah, if you like it, I love
Yeah. I would check into that viewer.
it.
I would ask some questions.
But I think a lot yeah, everyone's program is different, so
I agree.
some people get abused, so and some people stay, so, like, not to even
Yeah.
deviate down that rabbit hole, but if you like it, I love it, so
Right. If you like it, I love it. That's our quote for this episode.
yeah, quote number 1 is, "Don't give the benefit of the doubt, give the doubt the benefit," and then, "If you like it, I love it."
Right. And
Alright,
have a scale of colored flags and determine which one your current relationship is in.
and then have a ratio set out, so when
Yeah.
you're going over KPIs with your friends while you're crap talking your partner, you can weigh out every green flag to red flag.
Yeah. Do the pros and cons. See how you feel. How do you feel when you're with the person and how do you feel when you're not with them? I think that's something that needs to be evaluated.
It's probably gonna end a lot of relationships, so
Hey, we're just trying to create world peace here.
Alright, to wrap this episode up, some lessons, like we said, we already have 2 really good quotes going so far,
Right.
but sort of like what we were talking about based off what the previous, submission was, consistency is a big thing, so
Yeah.
that yeah, you don't want, someone who's just gonna spring some red flags every now and then,
Right.
um, and
Yeah.
then
Pay
never
attention to consistency, not chemistry.
yeah, and never assume, always
Hmm.
ask.
Yep.
Yeah, like, some of those reds can turn to greens if you're willing
I agree. Yeah. You
and
just got to
some
communicate.
yeah, and some of the yellows can turn to greens too, so
Yeah. And we know green flags can be boring. Everyone always wants to talk about how, certain things about someone's personality, but green flags are healthy and make sure that you rave about those.
yeah. Don't undermine the green.
Right. All
Alright.
right. All right. So
Huh.
thank you guys for tuning in.
Next week?
And for this upcoming week, identify those green flags in your relationship. Don't close an eye to the red ones either, but, keep a close eye on them.
Alright, and next week or next episode
Ooh, yeah. So next episode is going to be exciting. We're going to kind of continue on the theme of relationships. And our next episode, we're going to talk about marriage, how DeMonte feels about marriage, how I feel about marriage, considering I'm divorced, currently in the dating scene, and DeMonte 25, still in the dating scene, and what his thoughts are about if he wants to get married in the future. So we are looking forward to having you tune in and listening to us on episode 23.
3.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Alright, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. And that's a wrap.
Cheers. Oh no, I should say, and that's a wrap as well, huh? Okay, we'll do that again.
Thanks for tuning in.
That's
Cheers.
a wrap.
And
That's a wrap.